All right, guys, so we got to talk about the George Floydification of America. And what I mean by the George Floydification of America, I mean the disturbing trend that we have in this country in which we are tearing down these statues and anything that honors people that were actually positive contributors to society or important historical figures like, presidents, right? Like Theodore Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, okay? And we are putting up statues and honoring people who were largely negative contributors to society and in some cases criminals, right? Because that is who they want young people to look up to, right? The far left wants young people to look up to people who largely had negative impacts on society because mainly they died for the leftist cause, right? If you die for the leftist cause, then they want to honor you. Now, in this video right here, we're going to talk about a committee meeting that got super heated because some brave citizens stood up to this committee that refused to downvote a proposal to put up a memorial tree for Mr. Anthony Hubbard, one of the guys who attacked Kyle Rittenhouse on that night in Kenosha of the protest and unfortunately lost his life. Now, if you guys don't know exactly who Anthony Hubbard was, he was the guy that attacked Kyle Rittenhouse with the skateboard, okay? A deadly weapon, in my opinion, that could have cost Kyle his life. And in that situation, Kyle was defending his life and unfortunately shot and killed Anthony Hubbard. Now, his family has filed a civil suit against the city because they claim that they allowed Kyle Rittenhouse to go to this protest and to kill people, right? That's essentially the gist of it. Anthony Hubbard's girlfriend is the one that made this proposal to have this memorial tree in honor of Mr. Hubbard. And if the proposal is accepted, then she has to be the one to pay for it. However, again, these citizens are saying, no, we shouldn't have this at all. We should not be honoring people who have criminal past. And again, this guy has a lengthy criminal history, okay? I mean, he's friends with Jacob Blake. The guy wasn't exactly a good guy, right, so to speak. So with that being said, I want to react to these citizens standing up to this woke committee here and the fact that they don't have the cojones to just simply downvote this proposal. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Don't play games. Deny this. This is a man who was a felon who held a knife to his sister's throat and his brother's throat, sliced his brother's neck, choked him, threatened to burn his family's house down, multiple felon, multiple violent criminal his whole life. He played a stupid game on August 25th, and unfortunately he lost his life. Him and his family deserve our prayers, but they do not deserve to be honored and memorialized in this city.
Facts. I mean, you just heard the guy outline some of the things this man has done in the past. Okay? And, it's funny because, people on the left, they accuse people on the right of having an issue with memorializing George Floyd because he's black. Well, you just don't want to see a black man honored. And I'm like, well, this dude is not black. And I'm pretty sure that most conservatives are going to say, nah, we shouldn't be honoring this guy because of his criminal past, right? The same way that conservatives say, nah, we shouldn't be honoring George Floyd because of his criminal past, okay? But again, the left, for whatever reason, again, they want to push this on people and they want to honor people who simply just should not be honored. Again, it's one thing to say, hey, you know what? It's unfortunate he lost his life. He didn't deserve to lose his life. It's another to say, hey, you know what? Let's put his life on a pedestal so that other people can, look up to this person and try to emulate the things that he did in life. And it's like, no, that's not what we want. We should not be rewarding this type of behavior, okay?
There is a finite number of places to memorialize folks, good people. Don't play games and tableless. Take a side. Come on, that's what you're elected for. Oh, we were not saying yes or no. Vote this down. Stop this nonsense of trying to appease both parties. This is a stupid idea. She's not even here.
This is not what Kenosha needs to be memorializing. We have many good people who work very hard for this city, who've done many nice things for this city. This gentleman is not one of them.
I mean, is this the type of the character of a person we want to memorialize who engages in violent acts?
You have that power, do you not? To squash it right now and just say, we're not going to table it, we're just going to squash it. We're going to nip it in the bud and say no right now.
It's preserving the integrity of the judicial process to ensure the best outcome for the city.
We had 3 members of this board of 5 say, we're going to table it. You know what that means, right? A quorum of this board met behind closed doors today. Am I lying?
You are not to miss.
I know you don't like it.
There are open records laws, sir, and what you said is false. If you have one-on-one conversations, not.
Did you talk about it or not? With others on this board, yes or no?
We talked.
Of course you did.
You can talk one-on-one. You cannot have a standing or walking quorum.
Are you going to allow me to speak or no?
Go ahead, but please stick to the law.
So
Okay, so I want you guys to understand what's going on here. These guys are saying, hey, you know what? We want to table this instead of just downvoting it, which is what they should do, because we want to preserve the integrity of the judicial system, right? Because they got that civil suit going on against the city. And for whatever reason, they're making an argument that if they were to downvote this, then that somehow would affect the civil suit. I'm not a lawyer, but I really don't understand that line of reasoning. I don't understand how this has anything to do with the civil suit, but that's what they're saying. They're saying, well, we don't want to put the city in any more danger. Now, the citizens is accusing them basically talking about this and coming to a decision on this behind closed doors before any of this even happened, right? They all got together and decided, hey, you know what? We're going to table this for a later date, which basically means that, hey, we might just vote yes on it down the road when, not as many people are paying attention to what's going on, which is typically what happens, and they're going to get called out on just that.
well, the chairman and other members of this body, 3 of them, which is the majority, violated the law, and this guy's going nuts. So I'm like, whoa.
Because you're misconstruing the law.
I understand that you're taking the coward's way out, and you don't like that I'm calling you out, Eric.
Facts. It is the coward's way out, right? Just downvote it. No, this is ridiculous. Why in the world would you honor a person like this? Just because, again, he died for the leftist cause. Just because he died for the leftist cause, he should be honored. Again, that's the argument here. But again, these 5 dudes have no cojones, okay? Either that or it has not dropped out of their stomachs yet, okay? That is either one or the other, okay? But they definitely don't have any, for sure. Because I would just be like, nah, we're not doing this. This is done. It's dead on arrival, right? That's what I would say.
But these people you just heard, we want you to say no today. You want to hold it out here for a day that we're all worried about some other war, and then you're going to quietly pass it. We know how you guys work.
Facts. When nobody's paying attention, let's just go ahead and bring it back up, and then we're just going to pass it. Right? Next thing you know, again, you got a tree in, the park or whatever after Anthony Hubbard and a whole bunch of lines and stuff acting like, this person was a positive contributor to society and kids need to look up to him and remember him and blah, 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 blah. That's what happens.
We know how the government works. You broke the law when you had a meeting behind closed doors or called,
Recess for 5 minutes.
and now you don't want to hear
Don't
it.
speak.
Okay?
Don't speak.
So I just want people to be aware that 3 of you said we're tabling it, and I guess I'd probably bet $100 all 5 of you are going to unanimously agree, which means you all 5 talked about this. You can't do that. That's a walking quorum. That's a quorum. You guys broke the law. I know you don't want to hear it, and you want to slam the gavel like a lunatic. Doesn't change what you did is wrong. And if you want to be a coward and kick it down the line, that's your prerogative. All 5 of you, none of you had an opponent. So you just do whichever you want because no one runs against you.
Yeah, I mean, this dude he's right. It's like, look, why don't you just vote on it? Why are you tabling it for? If you want it, then just go ahead and vote yes. If you don't want it, then just vote no. But see, what happens is that if they vote yes, there are going to be people that are going to be upset. If they vote no, there are going to be people that are going to be upset. Even though the people that actually proposed this, the girlfriend, she's not even here. Right? She's not even here. So again, these people are afraid of the mob. That's low-key what's happening. They're afraid of the mob. They know this is wrong. They just are like, you know what? Let's just be as non-controversial as possible because we don't want to piss people off. But it's like, dude, do the right thing.
Don't be a coward for once. Vote no on this crap. It's not going to affect the lawsuit. They said that the police department is responsible for what Kyle did, and the jury said Kyle didn't do anything wrong. That's on that's on this. We're talking about a victim.
This is not pertinent to the motion. Stick
Whatever.
with it.
Just do the right thing, and for once, stop playing political games. it's the least risk. Well, sometimes you got to take a risk to do the right thing, Eric.
Facts. Sometimes you got to take a risk to do the right thing. Amen. Right? Amen.
Sometimes you got to take a risk to do the right thing. And you're setting this up because you want to settle with the families, and that's messed up.
If we deny this thing, and like I say, I'm inclined to deny it, but if we deny this, we are also opening up the city because in the past, we have not followed this thing, never checked any backgrounds, that the family here, Hannah Gittings and all that, might have grounds for another lawsuit. Because
Wait, so are you saying that in the past, when people put these proposals forward, you never did any checks to see if we should be honoring the people that they're putting forward here to be honored? Is that what you're saying? Because if that's the case, then there's a problem. All of you guys should be fired, right? If you're not checking to see, hey, you know what? Should we actually be honoring this person that they're trying to honor, right? I think that would be a part of the process when you're considering honoring people, right? Is their contributions, what they did, okay? So I guess what he's saying is that, well, we would technically be treating this application different because we're looking into his background, his criminal history, and we didn't do that in the past for others, so therefore it would open us up to get sued. That's what I think he's trying to say here.
Because they're being treated differently than we have any of the others that have come forward. I, like Mr. Hallgaard, don't want the city to be sued. I want to have absolutely no grounds for the city to be sued. If we have to vote this thing up or down tonight, I will say no. But at the same time, I don't want to see the city made liable for a lawsuit.
So, I mean, either way, when you eventually vote on it, if you vote no, if you're afraid they're going to sue you, they still going to sue you. So what that basically means is that they're going to vote yes, right? They're tabling it to vote yes at a later date, right? That's what's happening because they're afraid of getting sued. Again, this is coward behavior, man. Coward behavior right in front of our face. Instead of just doing the right thing and saying, no, this is silly. Let's not be honoring, criminals. Okay, let's not reward bad behavior. We're afraid of being sued, right? So therefore, we're just going to capitulate. We're going to capitulate. Again, this is how the woke mob wins, right? People that are cowards, that are scared to stand up and to say, no, this is not right. We're not going to do this. And that's the end of the discussion. But apparently that's not any one of these guys, right, on this little committee here. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.